Talking LSU with Lon Phillip Sullivan from LSU Odyssey, with Durante Jones reported to be in play as the defensive coordinator, the next one to replace Bo Pelini at LSU. Okay, National Signing Days, 2 weeks away. LSU's got a top 5 class in play, but you have a number of items for us in regards to what could possibly happen between now and that fateful day of February 3rd.
LSU's got some big targets. We got Brian Thomas, we got Raesjon Davis, and some of these guys, they're Raesjon Davis. He just got done with a visit to Ohio State with his family this last weekend, and
I heard that.
Yes, indeed. And he said everything went good. That was an LSU Odyssey exclusive. He told us everything went good and everybody made it home.
A few degrees colder up there.
Oh yeah. And I asked him if it snowed, and I got some emojis. But here's the thing. I see USC in the mix here because of Corey Foreman. I see him really loving meeting up with Corey Foreman and staying home at USC. But his family loves LSU. His family believes in what LSU is doing. But this is up to Raesjon. This is up to whether he's been, whether he's digging what LSU's vision is for the defensive side of the football. And there's been talk of the Eli Ricks transferring and all this stuff, and we had to sit on that story for quite some time because there was smoke. There was fire to that smoke. It was Coach O had to have some sit downs with him to talk him off from transferring. There's some stuff going on. There's really nothing to do with football, but Eli is enrolled in the spring semester. He is staying, so it's not like Eli Ricks' decision will impact. Eli Ricks will come join up with Corey Foreman and Raesjon Davis, all the SoCal Matter Day guys and the Centennial guy, Corey Foreman, all meeting up together at USC. That's not likely to happen, but those two, Corey Foreman and Raesjon Davis, could be the ones meeting up. I still feel like LSU has a chance here. I feel like USC's in the lead. I feel like they've taken that lead deservingly from LSU. I feel like Ohio State's kind of in the mix there, but I don't feel like he would have enough help around him to really maximize his potential at Ohio State. It would be a James Laurinaitis situation where he's racking up 25 tackles a game, but it doesn't really matter because they're playing SEC, offenses, and they're just getting torched all over the field. I think Raesjon Davis on this 2021 LSU Tigers team would be a starting linebacker. It's obvious. Just like Tristan Lee would have been a starting left tackle potentially for LSU in 2021 as a freshman. I'm not joking around. That could have happened. Such as inability of Derry Rosenthal at times to make some blocks. But Raesjon Davis, he has that talent and that potential. He could be a first-year freshman starter. LSU would give him that opportunity. I think LSU's still in the mix, but I'd say 60-40 USC right now. Brian Thomas, I was saying Brian was a Texas A&M lean about 2 months ago. But now I have hard intel that he's a definitive LSU lean, not only because of his friendship with Chris Hilton, but because Jimbo Fisher and some of those guys over there at Texas A&M started wilting. They've started changing priorities. They're not valuing Brian Thomas and his brilliant aerial ambassadorship as much as LSU does. LSU's trying to protect the boot, trying to protect the local talent, and Coach Orgeron has made a dedicated effort to go after Brian Thomas. Colin D'Alessandro has been a big time help here off the coaching staff bench, the great analyst. But Mickey Joseph, the wide receivers coach, has been the superstar here, pulling out all the stops. So really, it's interesting. Brian Thomas has a few options. Is he interested, and has he been, has his eyes been turned away from Louisiana to Bama because of Devontae Smith moving from Louisiana, winning a title, winning the Biletnikoff, winning the Heisman, the first Heisman receiver since '93. Has that made his eyes turn from staying home at LSU? Maybe 2 months ago I would have said there's a chance. But right now I'm feeling like he's going to stay home and he's going to be a Tiger.
Your point is well taken. we, of course, want to get the complete facts straight here at Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. So 93, 91, I'm just splitting hairs by 2 years there. Desmond Howard in 91 is the Heisman Trophy winner as the last wide receiver. Anyway,
Wait.
you're going to check me on that. 93, Charlie Ward, quarterback.
Let's see here. Desmond Howard. Let's see. Yeah, you're right. 91. Why would someone write 93? That's stupid. My bad. Well, actually, not my bad. Sports Illustrated or ESPN's bad because they wrote.
I don't consider those kind of mistakes as mistakes. Mistakes on their part, not mistakes on your part, because your point is well taken. He's the first wide receiver. He's first wide receiver to win the Heisman in forever. It doesn't matter if it was 91, 93, whatever it was.
I know. I'm just kind of annoyed.
I'm just a little encyclopedic when it comes to those sorts of things. So
No, I love that too. I am too. So I'm kind of annoyed that they would get the year wrong. Like, come on. If it's 91, write 91, not 93, because then I don't know. It's just a stupid thing to do.
Other question here. I want to clarify your comments about Ohio State. So Raesjon, am I pronouncing that correctly? Davis, it's down to LSU and USC. Ohio State he visited, but they seem to be the dark horse in this race. So he wouldn't benefit going to Ohio State. Why? You made a correlation to James Laurinaitis' experience there.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough top linebacking talent, enough top cornerbacks there at Ohio State, enough top safeties to really just help him there. And there's really not enough good defensive linemen at Ohio State, I feel.
You don't think that he's going to be surrounded by at least, if not more, NFL talent at Ohio State than he is LSU?
Here's what I have to say. He will have to be the number one linebacker on every play. He will have to be Ray Lewis on every play for Ohio State to win a national championship during his tenure. At LSU, he's not just going to have to be Ray Lewis. He will become Ray Lewis.
Okay. All right. I would tend to disagree with your evaluation of Ohio State talent.
I know you would.
Since they're reeling in the second best class in the nation, and that's what they've been doing for the last 20 years.
Of course. But I really feel like
with the best defensive back talent. Now they suffered in the secondary this past season. That was the worst secondary Ohio State has fielded in, I don't know, forever. I'm talking like 30 years. But their defensive back NFL draft pipeline has been unmatched in the last 7, 8, 10 years.
I'm not arguing that, but these are, rankings and pick selections. What's great about LSU is no matter where they're picked or what they're ranked, people like Justin Jefferson, just Lloyd Cushenberry, these guys come out of nowhere and just rip people's faces off and take the NFL by storm. I mean, here's what I'll say to Raesjon Davis, and that's how his father pronounced his name was in our interview, is Raesjon. What I would say to Raesjon, and I did write this in my article on National Signing Day. Look at all the players who are making the biggest plays in the biggest games in the NFL playoffs, round after round after round, offense and defense. Who were they? Who did they play for? LSU. It was an LSU block party out there. I mean, Leonard Fournette crashing through the entire Green Bay Packers defense, spinning past him, taking Tom Brady on his back to a Super Bowl. And then you got Devin White with his third turnover. Just, are you kidding me? They give Tom Brady the confidence to start just launching it all over the place. There's something about the spice and the flavor of LSU football. Then you got the LSU trident on the Chiefs as well. You got Darrell Williams killing it, a running back. Then you got a second running back, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's back. He's back from his injury. He already scored his first playoff touchdown. Fantastic. And then you got the honey badger, Tyrann Mathieu. I mean, this guy, he's as good as it gets. He made Bill Polian look like a fool. And so that's what I'll say to Raesjon Davis is, like, there's only one school where, like, these guys go to the NFL no matter where they're selected, and they perform, they excel, and they have great careers. That's LSU.
Well, again, there's a number of places that are producing excellent NFL talent across.
Absolutely. And here's the thing: I'm not even saying this as as an LSU homer. I really believe that, like, if Raesjon Davis were to go to another school, it would be. I don't think his, if he went to USC, he'd still be a first or third round talent, of course. And he would still rack up all the stats, do a lot of great things there. But I think at LSU, he could be an absolute transcendent player. Like, he could pull off exactly what Devin White did, but with the title rings, with the Butkus Award, those type of honors.
Lon Philip Sullivan, join his work there at LSU Odyssey. Good stuff, Lon. We always appreciate you stopping by. And of course, we'll want you back here for National Signing Day a week from Wednesday.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy, Mark. We'll see, man. We'll see. Thank you so much for having us on, and go Tigers, my man.